YouTube, X, and Twitter. It's your main man BTM here, bringing you back to the BTM Crypto News Network on the late night. And we're talking about Kaspa. Kaspa's getting stronger and stronger as we get closer to the crescendo update, right? There's a lot of motion, a lot of people talking. I guess is getting a lot of recognition, buy-in, or adoption. But Caspa is growing, which it should be as we get closer to the crescendo update. I'm just trying. Okay, found it. Just trying to pull up that crescendo update. Actually, the crescendo hard fork counter, and as you can see, we're getting closer to the May 5th release date. So let me know what you guys think about that in the comments. Let me turn on the spotlight and let me know where you're at in the chat. So let's see here. So this is Crescendo. Make it a little bigger. Crescendo activation May 5th, 13 days, 2 weeks, 12 hours, 56 minutes, and 57 seconds. And how come this is not updating? Okay, there it is. So 51 seconds. So as you can see here, we're getting closer and closer to that crescendo update date. Barring something catastrophic happens, we should be getting ready to release Neo. What's going on, man? Neo 101, what's going on? So let me know what you guys think about the crescendo update. I guess there's no news on that front. You can see here, Kaspa is up 10.4% today. Let me see here. Turbo's up 6.1%. The I-16Z AI Tech uh, is up 9.2. Parkpoint is up 13.8. Spill is up. Oh man, I was typing something and I don't know what happened. Bear is up 3%. Bitcoin is up 1%. Dang it. Snake is up 0.5. Dodge is up 0.9. XDC is up 1.6. Fetch is up 1.8. GigaChat is up 2.4. Vax is up 0.8. CFX is up 1%. Pepe is up 3.5. Mog is up 3.6. Brett's up 1.6. Earthblock's up 2%. Jupiter's up 2.6. Metal's up 0.8. Is up 0.6. Toshi's up 0.5. So now Theta's down 5.7. Render's down 3.1. Prime's down 2.1. Kong is down 3.2. XCN is down 4.9. What is this? PAG. Pax Gold. There's Pax Gold. Pax Gold's up 2.4. 3,000? Forget about it. Go back to the Fave. Stacks is up 10%. Go back to the Faves list. Turbo's up 6.2. ICP's down 3.4. Ethereum's down 2.6. Pow's down 3.2. ZBCN is down 8.4. ArchPay is down 11%. AI 16Z is down 6.4. Aerodrome, I think. Aerodrome Finance is down 3.7. Hog with a hat is down 2.6. Mr. Miggles is down 3.8. So moving forward, look at the charts real quick. So this is Kaspa on the 5-minute chart. See, had a couple MACD cross and we're building volume. Got a green candle. This is at the 0.08. And our last line was point 0.1. So I thought there's a line between point 0.08. So we must be coming back. X would be point 0.09. So we're getting close to the next leg up. And 5-minute chart, 15-minute chart shows nothing but green candles. Volume exponentially growing, and the MACD crossed. The MACD is up. 1-hour chart got a couple green candles. MACD crossed and continued up. Had some volume decreasing, but now it is back up on the 1-hour, and on the 4-hour had a MACD cross and building volume. Had a slight pullback and then started back on the upside. So let me see what RSI is showing. So RSI is up, way up actually, in the 70s. So yeah, see a green candle here on the 4-hour. On the 1-hour, yeah, like the RSI is up in the 70s too. More green candles to come. Let's see here. 15-minute chart. MACD is crazy up in the 80s. Oh wow. So yeah, it's gonna be some more candles pushing on the 5-minute. And looks like on the 15-minute, looks like the 5-minute came back down. It's coming back up. Now our side base moving average is above 70 barely. So keep an eye out for some more green candles. Moving forward to Kaspa FYI dashboard. TPS is 1.1, I think 1.7. BPS is zero point 0.7. We're up 8.3% to 0.08. 956.4 petahash. It's the hash rate's dipping again, 90% mined. It is pushing hard to get over this 91%. Next reduction is 13 days to 55 cash per block reward. Active addresses is up. Only 16,000? Can't be right. It's active addresses. I'm tripping. Uh, more nodes. Let's go to top addresses real quick. See if we got any accumulation. Current addresses are 521,391. Wow, last hour we added 100 crabs. 24 hours added 6 crabs. Last hour added 19 octopus. 24 hours, 16 octopus. Last hour added 9 fish. 24 hours added 26 fish. Added 1 dolphin in the last hour, added 6 in the last 24 hours. So there's definitely movement here. People are starting to come back to KAS. Kaspa. Um, no movement in sharks. We added 2 whales in the past 24 hours. And still have the 19 nutbacks and the Aquaman. So we'll check the addresses, look for changes. Wait a minute. So this address, the second biggest, didn't add anything, but they usually add on Tuesdays. So it looks like Mexi is down. It was at 8.9 million. No change to the Binance address. Uphold is up 1.2 million. Gate IO is down. No, I'm tripping. Uphold is down 1.2 million. Gate IO is down 12.7 million. These guys had no change. Bybit, let me look at the changes only. Bybit is down 4.8 million. BitGet is down 2.7 million. This guy lost 500,000. This guy bought 440,000, 413,000, 358,000, and somebody added 1.6 mil won. 1.6 mil won. So let's see here. Go back to the tokens. So Nachos 4% to 11 million. Looks like the KRC20 tokens are coming back. PPKAS is coming out of nowhere. Second place at 2% to 5.8 mil won. Kango is up 18% to 4.1 million. Kaspa is down 2% to 2.2 million. Casper is up 1% to 1.6 million. Goats is up 4% to 1.2 million. Kiki's down 1% to 624,000. Croak is unchanged at 485. Cash BTC is down 1% to 540,000. Okay, Conan, that's what I'm talking about. Conan's back in the top 10, up 19% to 314,000. Come on, Conan. You can do it. K-Rex. Okay, Conan flipped K-Rex and Bert. Bert's up 10% to 266,000. K-Rex is down 5% to 281,000. And I think that's all we've been tracking so far. Cash was currently at 2.8 billion. Uh, last hour's up 2.4%. 24 hours, 11.4. 7 days, 13.1. 30 days, 9.3. Last 90 days, we're down still 35.8. And for the year, we're down 24%, but this number is slowly decreasing. Let's check Twitter out. This is Kaspa Silver making great progress. Crescendo version 1 upgrade report, 14 days left to Crescendo FS. Node agent count 57.7, castnode.com. Mining share 52.3, Caspalytics. Current data has time of post. This is Caspalytics mining share. It's like 52.3%. And then there's the other versions, and then there's unknown version, which is weird. How is there unknown version? Just keeping up with the stats. This is node agent version distribution, and most of them are going to the 1.0 version, which is 134 nodes. It looks like the testing is going well. 2 more weeks before a hard fork, and we're currently about 51% of mainnet blocks mined with 1.0 nodes. Top pools are transitioning, so we suspect about 34 pp more, effectively putting us at 85% of mainnet hash rate support on 1.0. The rest are unreachable or unresponsive. Wait, 85%. What is that? 15%? 10, 20, 90. And 15% left to go. Interesting. So moving forward, this is Binance. Renaissance masterpiece goes crypto. Okay. What is this? Okay, it does look kind of green. Maybe the Caspa green, maybe. I don't know. Caspalytics, we just read that from Caspa Enthusiast. Over 50% of all Caspa mining nodes are now running version 1. Caspa settlement looks bullish sentiment. Coin market cap sentiment. So Kaspa is number 4 at 91.7 bullish, up 11% in the last 24 hours. So why are they only it's weird. Why are they only number 4 if they're up the most? Most bulls and bears takes crypto and takes in the coin market cap community. Community market sentiment is measured by tallying bullish and bears votes from. Oh, okay. So this is a user voting poll thing. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Keeping it moving. Oh, that's number 1. Wow. Casper Catalyst, 10 BPS on mainnet. Further upscaling BPS up to eventually 100 BPS. Dagnite implementation, the first chain that will scale with the internet speed, smart contracts. And that's what we're waiting for. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs. We are waiting for this smart contract implementation. 10 BPS on 5525. 5525. Sounds like a song lyric or something. Casper's 24-hour chart has nicely upswing looking pretty. And it does have a nice push up there. Keep going, fam. Pump. Casper KRC 20s. That's what like my garage, actually. Bunch of KS0 Pros. And a KS53 I haven't turned back on yet. Now I'm a Casper Maxi, a mine buy spot leverage trade. I'm not missing these millionaires making opportunity. Casper will make me rich. And put a fire with what he's saying. Put a fire, put a fire in emoji in the chat. If you agree with what he's saying, Casper will make people millionaires. Not financial advice. This is just for entertainment purposes. Forget everything you know. The real king of crypto is coming. It will be here. Will be in the top 10 in coin market cap very soon. Exchange outflows around 30 million cash today point to strong accumulation pressure coinciding with a breakout above zero 0.8. And I think that definitely happened. Where's trading view? Did it get above? It definitely got above zero 0.8. I think it was what, 0.80? I just said zero 0.8. But definitely got above zero 0.8 if we're now at 0.88, almost to 9, actually. Did it get to 9? Apparently not, but it probably will push up to 9 very soon. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think it's going to keep pushing up, or do you think it's going to come down? Important note from Kaspa is the product of 10 years research of scaling BTC, work by Jonathan Samensky and Ivan Zor, decided by top 10 projects, ADA Cardano and XRP and countless others in the top 10. Casper took time and did it correctly. Trilemma solved. Good morning. We are the first NFT project to create a central hub, a Caspa castle for brains holders. What for brains holders? A AWA Kaspa Cafe Art Gallery Private Lounge. It absolutely fire. They're brewing something bold. Brains are minting now. Kaspa NFT collection. Join the movement. So this is Kaspa.com. This is minting collection total supply. So where do we see what has been minted already? Okay. So this is the Brains collection. Interesting. Interesting with the Brains. Might need to check them out. What do you guys think? NFT or no NFT? I got a mess load of Ethereum NFTs sitting out there, so I don't know. Casper is becoming stronger and stronger day by day. We are close. Shout out to Coin Co. We're definitely getting closer. Sit down, grandson. I'll tell you a story. And this is Casper number one. Casper is one of today's top gainers, leading the bullish sentiment on CoinMarketCap and dominating mentions on X. Feels like one of those you can't be bullish enough moments. List of altcoins with a number of mentions. Kaspa with 2,733, which is number one. Most tweets on X in the last 24 hours. I need to make some Kaspa tweets then. Get on board. Kaspa is top two gainer in 24 hours among the top 100 cryptocurrencies. Momentum is building, definitely, and we still got time. Got another 14 days. Who doesn't like an opportunity to get in the DEX token at a truly next level one like Kaspa? Okay, they're selling us on something. Keep it pushing. Kaspa, do you see what I see? Definitely a move up is in the cards. Many of the top crypto wallets are having a massive outflow in the last 24 hours. This combined with a huge increase in price is bullish. As for LG, this is Mexi lost 13.5 million. Gate.io 9.9 million. Bybit 8.4 million. BitGet 1.4.1 million. Hold 1 point or 2.1 million. This guy, I don't even know who it is. Lost 1 million, but you only got 2 million. That's weird. And KuCoin lost for 713,000. Interesting. So this is Crescendo. We already looked at that. Crescendo update. It's on to Turbo. See, so currently we are back to 13 days, 12 hours, 35 minutes, and 5 seconds. So I need to increase the videos as we get closer and closer. Hope this is not buy the rumor, sell the news event. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. You think it's a fake out, or do you think it is gearing up for a real pump? I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. And as always, we'll see. I guess we'll go to finish Twitter. Just looking around, see what we have here. Wow. Let me see. Is Casper RWA? Where do they have Casper? Oh, wow. Definitely not on RWA. That's not weird. Under coins, what kind of coins? So Kaspa is at 45. Proof of work, layer one altcoins. See if we can find the altcoin category. It's weird. Why is altcoins not up here? Okay. Well, that blows. You're gonna got a category and they're not even on here. So Casper's number 25 in layer one. Where are we? So it's over algorithm coming up on Chronos. 2.3 billion. That's at 2.27 billion. Maybe we'll flip ICP so these guys will have a freaking conniption fit and hear this, whatever that guy's, what's that guy's name? Hear him ranting and raving for the rest of the summer. Near protocol is 21. Pi is 17. So it looks like we can push up to at least 4 billion, 4 billion, and get up to, is it 16 maybe? 16 in the altcoins. So let me know what you guys think about that, what we're going to push up to. So I guess we'll go to the videos. This is my main man. Quick crypto. He's talking about Visa is adopting Kaspa, and that's what we need. Positive news.
Quick crypto bringing you quick Casper news. Casper finally has just broken above the 8 cents level of resistance, the first time in almost 2 months, which is really reassuring. However, is this a breakout or is this just another fake out? In today's video, we'll be covering the recent Casper and crypto updates, the reason for this positive price momentum right now, and also the confirmation that Visa will be running on top of Casper's technology, which is exactly what Casper's founder, Ronald Polinsky, predicted a few years back. Visual crypto adoption is accelerating, stablecoin adoption is equally growing more and more, and Casper is going to shock everybody in the cycle, in my personal opinion. In fact, the chairman of the Casper Industrial Initiative and DII Desert Energy, Paul Van Son, agreed, effectively stating here last week that Casper is still hardly known in finance, industry, and broad public worldwide. But all of us, they all will discover it, not through hype stories and false expectations, but by experiencing the true value of security, processing speed, and smarter clean energy use. Casper is still extremely early. Do not fade Casper. With that being said, though, as we can see from the market chart right now, Casper is currently valued at 8.41 cents, up roughly 7.86% on the daily time frame, which is looking very, very good right now. It broke above the 8 cent resistance level, which is really reassuring. And there are three potential reasons for why, in my belief, as why Casper has done it today. The first being the US dollar index, or the dollar DYX, which plunged to the lowest level since March 2022, 3 years ago. This is a clear sign that its strength is weakening, which means the economy is stagnating. When the value of the dollar is deteriorating, capital inflows tend to flow towards investments like gold, as the proven and stable store of value. In that regard, we can see right here, gold is reaching higher highs continuously, currently now valued at $3,423, which is absolutely nuts, and it's still going higher. This is actually also bullish for the on-risk assets like crypto, like Bitcoin, as these will typically receive a portion of the inflows as people stray away from the dollar and start going towards investment, because also the Federal Reserve are going to have to take action very, very soon. This is the second reason why I believe Casper is pumped today, is because of Trump's recent announcement. Preemptive cuts in interest rates are being called for by many, with energy costs way down, food prices, including Biden's egg disaster, substantially lower, and most other things trending down. There is virtually no inflation. With these costs trending down so nicely, which is exactly what Trump predicted would happen, there is almost no inflation, but there can be a slowing of the economy unless Jerome Powell, aka Mr. Too Late, decides to lower interest rates right here and now. So Trump effectively is calling for imminent rate cuts as our economy is in a better position inflation-wise, but it is stagnating and slowing down. It's coming to almost a halt. The way to avoid this is to start cutting rates and to start printing money, quantitative easing. Now, if you can see from Casper Silver here, right now, market sentiment has 88% that predict we won't see rate cuts this May, next month, very, very soon. But thinking about it with other economies like Europe and Japan, even China printing more money and cutting rates, America, in my personal belief, will be forced to do so sooner rather than later. This will also result in the M2 money supply jumping up much higher as well. As Wolfie highlights here, the M2 Global Liquidity Index aggregates M2 money stock data from the five major economies of China, the United States, the European Union, Japan, and Great Britain. And as we should know, Bitcoin, which is basically crypto's S&P 500, has an 80% correlation to the M2 money supply. So it's not a golden bullet by any means, and it's not a perfect indicator, but nothing is, truth be told. However, it is still a very good one, and we can see more or less where the market should end up and at what sort of time. Right now, the M2 has us sitting around a 130 plus K Bitcoin by July, August time. So not that far, about 2 to 3 months from now. And keep in mind, this is without US rate cuts and money printing just yet, and without regulatory frameworks in America. And with these coming out this year, that could send crypto, Bitcoin, and Casper so much higher as well. As Christian Ludwig highlights here, the last time global liquidity surged in 2023, Casper became the world's highest gaining asset of the year. And with Casper 2.0 incoming, their game-changing updates that starts in May, 5th of May, 10 BPS, which as we can see, May is around the time the M2 starts to make a big rally to the upside as well. We may very well see history repeat itself and see a 2023 Casper pump, which would be absolutely insane. And this effectively is my third potential reason for why Casper surpassed 8 cents earlier today. The 10 BPS crescendo hard fork activation is now only 2 weeks away. The FOMO for this upgrade seemingly is starting to rally, and therefore the buyers are starting to take more control. In saying that, this could still be a fake out, of course. Nothing yet has been confirmed, but in my personal opinion, not financial advice, of course, I believe the bottom has been priced in for Casper, and it will be only up from here. That is, unless Trump decides to issue more surprise extortionate tariffs again. Once more, Casper is still hardly known in finance industry and broad public worldwide, but soon they will all discover Casper consciously or subconsciously as Casper becomes the infrastructure for global payments across the world. As it is confirmed here that Visa will be using Casper Rails for payments for stablecoins in the near future, proof once more how early we are. And for more information on what I'm personally doing in a particular ball, you can follow me here in the VIP group at wop.com/coin-factory, keeping all of you informed on what my moves and targets are, building realistic market expectations through alpha institutional research documents while also actively trading the market. There is so much more to come in this cycle, I'm telling you. And you can also join for a limited 7-day free trial period as well. So again, wop.com/coin-factory. You can find the link down below in the description. So as we can see from Saint here, back in 2018, Jonathan Polinsky, Casper's founder, stated that Visa would adopt tech like Casper, enabling thousands of transactions per second in a trustless and more secure system. Take a very close listen.
This is sort of a trivial slide that is hard to convince people. It's sort of paradoxical. So anyone who knows blockchain internally acknowledges that it is in and of itself a technology, a database technology that is inferior to any centralized database. Now, there are many talks in the community how to scale up the system, but we must acknowledge that any scaling technology will forever lose to Visa's technology. And we'll get to it shortly why, but, and this is not a prediction about adoption, this is a prediction about, this is a statement about the technology itself. And the reason is that because we are trying to build a trustless system, this trustless implies lots of scalability limitations, which Visa doesn't have. So any feature that that blockchain will have, Visa will probably copy, scalability wise. So today it's 10,000 transactions, the capability of Visa at least. Bitcoin is not near that. So whenever someone says, we have blockchain is more secure. It's not more secure per se. It's not more private per se, and it's slower.
So Visa will probably be the featured blockchain infrastructure has scalability wise, because obviously that's where crypto is going right now. Payments is going towards crypto right now, but Visa wouldn't want to copy the likes of Bitcoin, Ethereum, or many others in the space because they are inefficient, they are, not trustless, and they are also far too slow. But this is the thing. With Kaspa, 10 BPS just around the corner, that will make Kaspa one of, if not the fastest layer 1 infrastructure in the whole world. And Son Polinsky has the goal to increase Kaspa to 100 BPS in the future, which would therefore make Kaspa, in theory, able to handle 30,000 TPS, which is 3 times more than what Visa apparently can handle at 10,000. Visa and many other large financial institutions are not going to miss out on crypto adoption. Visa are already tapping into the crypto space to utilize stablecoins as a means of exchange. The reason why is simple. Stablecoins are the future of payments as a peer-to-peer electronic currency. Last year, stablecoin volume and transactions surpassed that of both Visa and MasterCard combined. The annual stablecoin transfer volume reached $27.6 trillion last year, which is insane, surpassing Visa and MasterCard combined by 7.7%, according to a Jan 31st report by crypto exchange CEX.io. Stablecoins blew Visa and MasterCard well out of the water, beating them every single quarter of 2024. And keep in mind, this is without mainstream mass adoption for stablecoins, without regulatory frameworks for stablecoins right now. This is still early retail adoption and some early institutional adoption. It is evident that stablecoins are a superior form of peer-to-peer currency, better than normal dollars, better than euros, better than fiat. It is the new form of payments. That is even why Federal Chairman Jerome Powell recently stated in an interview that stablecoins are a digital product that could actually have fairly wide appeal and should contain consumer protections. So Jerome Powell is advocating here for stablecoin legislation. Listen very closely to the interview.
Well, let me move to something which is more about technological change and new kinds of instruments, cryptocurrencies. How do you see the potential for more favorable regulations coming on them, and potential risks from that for the system?
So we went through a wave of failures and fraud and things like that were the headlines for a couple of years. And I think what you see now is, and during that period, by the way, we worked with Congress to try to get a legal framework for stable coins, which would have been a nice place to start. We were not successful. I think that the climate is changing, and you're moving into sort of more mainstreaming of that whole sector. So Congress is again looking at both the Senate and the House are looking at a legal framework for stable coins. Depending on what's in it, that's a good idea. We need that. There isn't one now. And stable coins are a digital product that could actually have fairly wide appeal and should contain consumer protections of the typical sorts and transparency. And that's what the Senate and the House are working on. So that's a positive thing. I also think some of the we took a pretty conservative, and other bank regulators took an even more conservative perspective on the guidance and rules we imposed on banks. I think there'll be some loosening of that, and I think we'll try to do it in a way that preserves safety and soundness, but that permits and fosters appropriate innovation, but that does so in a way that again doesn't put consumers at risk in ways they don't understand or make banks less safe and sound.
So there is a race right now ongoing to create the best infrastructure to trade these stablecoins the fastest, the cheapest, and the most secure way possible. And this is why I think Kaspa is the perfect choice, and evidently, seemingly confirmed here as well. Visa actually have partnered with Tangem a little while back, as we can see here, to create the soon-to-be-released Tangem Pay. The first ever Visa hard wallet partnership is here, and this is extremely bullish for Kaspa due to their close connections and working togetherness with Tangem. And in fact, we can see in this post, Tangem recently confirmed by liking the post from someone's suspicions here that Tangem Pay, the Visa with Tangem partnership, will be using Kaspa rails for stablecoin payments. They like the post. That might seem like nothing, but actually that's a very, very big deal, and effectively confirmation here that Kaspa will be the payment rails for Visa and likely many other payment infrastructures going forward in the future. I mean, Kaspa right now, they're in the process of releasing 10 BPS smart contracts and stablecoins in the next couple of weeks, if not next couple of months at most. Kaspa is soon going to enter the race and capture the most significant market in the world, or be a part of it, the cross-border payments market, the stablecoin market. We can see furthermore here in this post from Crypto Slate, Stan Chart sees stablecoin supply rising to $2 trillion by 2028 following US legislation. That is huge news. 3 years from now, so we'll start seeing this significant rally happening very soon. Speculated we're going to see stablecoin implementation happening by August this year. Which again, to remind you, August this year is when we should see the M2 supply putting Bitcoin at around $130,000. So think about how much higher we're going to go once we get legislation. To my knowledge right now, the stablecoin market cap is only around $215 billion. So with it reaching $2 trillion in the next 3 years, that's a 10x potential in stablecoins, which is absolutely nuts. And of course, a lot of infrastructures right now are trying to adopt the technology to be the best rail for this. Visa right now being quite comfortably the biggest payment provider in the world is likely going to be running on top of Kaspa rails, which is huge and will further increase Kaspa's demand and price as more Kaspa is burned for transactions as a gas fee on the Kaspa rail. But also with Kaspa's aggressive emission schedule as well, this results in a supply shock for Kaspa and therefore increase in demand as supply is deteriorating and demand increases, therefore the price rises as well. This cycle is far from over. Institutional adoption is still not here yet. Only some institutions are dipping their toes in, with most still waiting to dive headfirst in once there are regulatory frameworks. Currently, right now, there are 72 crypto ETFs. 72 that are already lined up and waiting for approval, and we will likely see them flood in once we get the approval and the integration or inauguration of Paul Atkins at the new SEC chair. In my personal opinion, again, not financial advice, I believe that May looks like the beginning of the end for crypto, but in particular also for Kaspa as well. But let me think down in the comments below. Do your own research, and as always, if you want to know more, then come chill, chat, and learn more in the Coin Factory VIP group. Again, down below in the description. And as always, don't be emotional, be logical, and I'll see you in the next one.
So shout out to Quick Crypto and the information about Visa and setting it up for Caspa. That was Jonathan talking there. It kind of caught me off guard for a second. But moving on, this is my main man, your crypto crew. And he's talking about Michael Saylor and CG watching Caspa, getting ready to scoop some up. So let's see what he has to say as well.
Or if this is your first time, I'm Captain Crypto Might, actively escaping the matrix, open up the crypto ocean. So if you like your odds, get on the boat, stay up to date, thumbs up, and join the hunt.
Into the boat!
Crypto crew, before we get into today's vid, always remember, prove all things, hold fast that which is good. Just as a reminder to keep your crypto investments safe, practicing self-custody is key, especially amidst this 2025 bull run. In my personal opinion, the Tangem wallet is your best option. Plug and play, easy to use, and the most affordable cold storage out there. If you wish to order your Tangem wallet today, you can get 10% off using code CryptoCrew. Check out the link in the description box below. Thanks so much for your consideration and support in advance, and may the Lord Jesus Christ bless you all. Crypto Crew, in months passing, I've seen some comments of fellow Caspians saying Kaspa isn't digital silver. It's much more valuable than silver. So calling digital silver would be like taking down its value or even be an offense. Well, yes and no. Yes, because I perceive Kaspa to be more valuable in terms of its potential and potential use cases in this digital age we live in, and how Kaspa can be utilized as Kaspa is building to become future proof. At the same time, Kaspa's role as digital silver, quote unquote, means it complements digital gold, that being Bitcoin. Kaspa is not trying to replace Bitcoin's role as the ultimate store of value, but rather to provide a secure, decentralized, and high scalable network for everyday transactions and future applications.
Kaspa is faster to transmit than Bitcoin, which makes it more user-friendly, more practical to use in every day. It's nice, but is this really the best we can do? There's so much more that needs to be done, and I think Kaspa could be a huge foundational aspect of a world economy that has like a cryptographic backbone.
Now, Crypto Crew, I say all that to say this, and you can check this table on screen, which summarizes Kaspa's status at the making of this recording. The general public does not know Kaspa at all, neither do casual traders. Hardcore crypto users may have heard of Kaspa. Where Kaspa is most known at the moment, at the making of this recording, is within the groups or communities of crypto developers and tech analysts, including the devs, which is most important anyway for a layer one crypto project that has groundbreaking tech like Kaspa. And so Bitcoin maxis such as Michael Saylor do not know Kaspa yet, or at least people like Saylor keep silent about Kaspa at the current moment, or he's strategic about what he shares for obvious reasons should he be asked about Kaspa. Fact is, Michael Saylor is a Bitcoin maxi still, because the alternatives known to the general public are just poor, to say the least. In the following clip, Crypto Crew, Michael Saylor makes an interesting yet fitting analogy comparing Bitcoin to Solana and Ethereum.
I'm showing you how to build a 100-story building using steel, which is Bitcoin, a digital scarcity. To equate Ethereum and Solana to Bitcoin is like equating balsa wood and clay bricks to steel. Yeah, you can build lots of things that are steel containers, and you can use rubber bands, but it's not the same thing. There's a reason that securities law prohibits public companies from capitalizing on securities, because you can lever a security 100 to 1. And so if I actually issued 1% of the float of a security, I could take $10 million and create a $10 billion market cap company. And so you would literally have 10 million in the float, and then you would tell yourself you had $4 billion of collateral on your balance sheet after you levered it up. And then you would start to act that way. And then when the bottom of the structure comes crashing down, you get a situation like Terra Luna or like FTX. Both of those were examples of companies levered on proprietary tokens. And so Solana and Ethereum are, they may not be securities, but they're definitely tokens. And as tokens, they're not a commodity. And so I would caution anybody listening here against levering up on a token, right, or a proprietary asset, because it's kind of like trying to copy my skyscraper and doing it with bricks or with aluminum or with copper. Right? The entire thing's going to buckle, and lots of people are going to die, and it's going to be catastrophe, and you're going to take out the entire city block. And that did happen. It has happened over and over again in the crypto world. Happens all the time. People think that they discovered leverage. The reason it works is because I'm putting leverage on steel. I'm doing it with the right material. I'm actually using a product which doesn't deflect. And so Bitcoin is a crypto asset which does not deflect. That's why you can lean on it with $10 billion of leverage or $100 billion of leverage. And if you do the same thing with FTT token or Luna, or pick your favorite token, if you do the same thing, you're going to find it will buckle at some point. And when it buckles, there's going to be catastrophe.
Michael Saylor surely makes a valiant point. A 100-story building has to be built on a solid foundation. So to stick with Michael's analogy, Bitcoin is the unchanging, ultra-secure foundation, ideal for building something permanent and reliable, but not designed for rapid change or high transaction volume. Ethereum and Solana are like building on a foundation that is still being modified or experimented with. Both offer programmability and speed, but their frequent upgrades, unstable network, and evolving governance make them less a base for long-term high-value projects.
People are going to realize the peer-to-peer thing once the 10 block per second upgrades out, and they just start sending transactions. You're going to blow up on Twitter. Everyone's going to see it, and they're going to say, well, is this secure? This is decentralized. And then people are going to explain how it is. Game over.
Kaspa is a new kind of foundation. It retains Bitcoin's decentralization and security, yet is engineered for speed and scalability, meaning if Bitcoin is the bedrock for a skyscraper, Kaspa is like a modern reinforced foundation, strong but also flexible and able to support rapid high-volume activity. This makes Kaspa suitable for applications that need both security and speed, such as microtransactions, gaming, and real-time financial services. In other words, Crypto Crew, Kaspa is digital cash or digital currency, something Bitcoin is not and never will be.
Who wants to wait 42 seconds to watch something download instead of 2 seconds? Nobody.
According to Altcoin Scan, Kaspa recorded the second most tweets on X last week with close to 10,000 tweets. So Kaspa is building more momentum leading up to May 5th, 2025, when Kaspa launches the Crescendo hard fork, Kaspa running on 10 blocks per second, colliding with a possible Binance spot listing, which Caspians like myself still believe wallet number 2, formerly known as wallet number 5, is in possession of Binance, has still been stacking their Kaspa back consistently. Speaking of which, Binance founder and former CEO Zhangpeng Zhao, aka CZ, made a recent comment on where he sees Bitcoin going.
You think we're going to hit $1 million Bitcoin this year?
Oh, this year, I'm not sure.
But you are confident that we will?
Over time, yes. I don't know if it's next month, this year or next year or however long, but eventually we will. This technology is just starting. I think people kind of have very high expectations for everything to happen instantaneously. So I think people underestimate the amount of time required to develop an industry, and they're less patient. But I think long term, though, with crypto being around for like 15 years, but the first few years, nobody cared about it. And the next few years, everyone's skeptical about it. And now people are just starting to be more serious about it. So for me, like we're just at the beginning. So I think we have many more decades to build this industry. So we'll definitely hit $1 million, I think.
I personally believe CZ, who according to Forbes currently is Canada's wealthiest man with a net worth of close to 38 billion USD, already knows about Kaspa and has known about Kaspa for a very long time. Recently, CZ was present at the 2025 Web3 Festival in Hong Kong, of which Kaspa was a gold partner, where some of the Kaspa team held some interesting talks.
Kaspa is based on a clean proof of work model. There are no tricks, there are no super nodes. This is just the same model as Bitcoin. The current state of the network, which is in a few weeks, will transition to 10 blocks per second.
Introduce two significant mechanisms that allow smart contract support over Kaspa very soon. So I'll get to that, of course. So that's Crescendo.
Once Kaspa has its first upgrade as the first proof-of-work crypto project, as fast as Kaspa will be at 10 BPS, Kaspa will then develop and launch smart contracts this year, which will allow for more adoption and solving real-world issues, leading up to what is Kaspa's endgame, that being DAG Knight, and really becoming the crypto layer 1 endgame.
I believe that once all of these things are implemented and in place and proven themselves, Kaspa will actually be the only layer 1 you actually need. It could be spacious enough and performant enough and cheap enough to support all of the utility you need to hold all of the layer 2s you could ever dream about putting on a network.
Once the adoption kicks in, I believe Kaspa will start to gain more attention from people of even outside the crypto ocean and start entering the conversations of the quote-unquote bigger players in crypto, the likes of CZ and Michael Saylor, towards the general public. Shout out to you, crypto crew, if you're home.
So as you mentioned, the adoption is right around the corner, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs. So let's see here. Let's look at Bitcoin hoodie real quick. I guess we'll shut it down for the evening.
Video. Mike Tyson, the like and subscribe button. Well, thanks for that, Mike. All right, you can see the exahash, 1 exahash. So nice that it's hanging back up in that area this last week, bouncing up and down a little bit. But you can see on the month, it trended down. We're down there for a while and back up to the 1 exahash. CAS BTC, we're up 4% in the last 24 hours. So last week, it's up 8%. So that's nice to see some movement. That's really the only chart that matters. More important than dollars. You want to be gaining in terms of Bitcoin. Proof of work here. You can see we haven't looked at this lately. We're still number 3, about 400,000 produced the last 24 hours. Now you can, we're just 1 exahash. Let me know if you know, Bitcoin Cash is 3.3 exahash, and they have a different algorithm. I know sometimes the algorithms, they're not a one-for-one comparison. So is there something about Kaspa's algorithm that makes its 1 exahash stronger than 3.3 exahash from Bitcoin Cash? I don't know the answer there. But also anyone that would try to do a 51% attack on several of these top projects would have to buy lots of computers and the cost of energy. So here we go. This person on Reddit, this is actually a week ago, said, I've got a feeling they think that if the hard fork goes well, it's going to improve scalability, further reduction in block times, enhance network security and efficiency, and preparation for smart contracts and layer 2 solutions. He believes that we could see a 20 to 50% price increase in the short term if it coincides with the Fed rate cut, and potentially 100% is possible. Let me know what you think, or do you think that we might go up, or do you think the market conditions are so strong, so all this trade war stuff might overpower it? Let me know what you think, or do you think it's going to be something where the price might rise up to May 5th and then pull back a little bit? That's why I don't do a lot of short-term trading, because it's hard to tell. Typically in events like this, people build up the hype and then nothing happens really on day one that's so exciting. I mean, this will be exciting, but it just won't instantly be what it will be in the future. Just like when Cardano got smart contracts on day one, there was not the type of things that are built now. It'll be interesting to see if Binance or Coinbase or another large exchange was waiting for this hard fork to happen before they list it. Maybe they're waiting. I mean, if it was me and I was getting close to listing Kaspa, I'd wait until the hard fork was done. You can see wallet number 2 is still there in the number 2 spot. And I haven't checked in on wallet. They used to be number 19 and 18, but I think that I have to check. It might be 17 and 18 now, but they're picking up 300 or 400,000 a day, 120 million, 122 million. If that's two, I'd have to go back and look at the address numbers, but it could be 18 and 19 or somewhere here. But they're picking up 300 or 400,000 a day. They're up to 122 million. Pretty soon they're going to be up to 200 million. They're going to climb into the top 10. Whoever that is, they just keep consistently picking it up. Pi cycle top indicator, you can see Bitcoin's price is basically going sideways. That orange line is still just diverging. So I think that's going to be one of the main metrics I look at, whether it's a true indicator. But once it starts getting close, I'll think about taking some profit. And you got the next Fed meeting on May 6th and 7th, which is right after the hard fork. So a lot of exciting stuff that's going to come, just a little over 2 weeks away, a little over 2 weeks away. So yeah, it's exciting times. That's all I got for today. Thanks for watching and have a good day.
Shout out to Bitcoin Hoodie. So I guess this is 5 minutes. We can throw in crypto. Crypto ZX actually.
Always, as you can see across the board, we're seeing a lot of green, market picking up steam as we are going into Monday morning. A lot of questions being asked, people within the community, wondering, is this really the reversal, towards the upside? Are we about to see, the crypto market, playing that positive correlation, with the M2 money supply, or is this just a complete fake out? We'll see. But right now, Bitcoin is retesting some of the levels we haven't seen since the beginning of the month, which of course is always nice to see. As far as Kaspa is concerned, up 5.6%. This update right here for Kaspa is very interesting. When I pull out the charts, things will make more sense as to why I say that. If you're looking at the price of Kaspa, 8.16 cents. Also up 2.5% in Bitcoin. Comparative market cap at 2.12 billion, and the 24-hour trading volume at approaching that $60 million mark. But before we get into any further, as always, just a quick disclaimer: anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. So I did mention this in my HBAR update if you did end up watching that. If not, obviously we'll kind of discuss that in this Kaspa update. So of course, I indicated to you guys in our yesterday's update how we've been seeing the dominance pretty much going down over the last 4 days. But that was short-lived, because as Bitcoin broke out above 86K range, retesting $87,000, you did see the dominance do the exact same thing as well. So obviously that does tend to cause altcoins to not see the type of explosive move as we would have seen if it were to even not budge from the 63.6%. But again, this is why we focus on the dominance so much. But Bitcoin had an amazing move, which of course is having a really positive impact on the altcoin market regardless. So If you're looking at BTC here, you could see this for yourself better. I was talking to you guys about the 86K mark, quite some time. We actually, smashed past that. And right now, we're retesting 87,500. And you can see, this support that was built up over the last, few weeks. And you can see, we haven't seen this level, being retested pretty much since the beginning of March. And very, very important to, see this level hold. We might see a little bit of a, rejection if that were to be the case, maybe going back down to 86.2. But very, very important to turn that into support, because that gives us an indication that we could start heading towards the 23.6, which of course is a very, very important to be important target to be looking out for. But that's not what you're here for. You're here to discuss Kaspa. So here we have it, guys. Kaspa has done it, and what I mean by that is we have retested. So I've been talking to you guys so much about this 8.2 cents key resistance. So let's just extend this. So as you can see this for yourself, once again, here, let me just zoom in for you guys. Once again, right at the neckline of that key resistance, we have retested it again for the first time since March 24th. So we're looking at almost a month since we have retested this key resistance. What was I talking to you guys about over the last few weeks? That the price of Kaspa is holding on to this massive upset that it has seen for itself. Even though we did see shakeout for the market here and there, you still did see Kaspa holding on to this 50% gain, but now it's up 55.8%. So if you were to round it up, 56% gain since the beginning of April. So of course, as to be expected, this resistance should play as a hurdle, and you can see this for yourself. We touched right at the neckline and saw a rejection as to be expected, but it's the fact that we have retested it. Very, very important to note, and hopefully Bitcoin holds on to this momentum. Imagine what would have happened to Kaspa if the dominant was not as high as it is. I personally think Kaspa would have already been at the likes of this 9.4 cents, and the broader market would have seen more of a push for altcoins, but that's not the case, obviously, because more money is tied into BTC. Again, something that's completely out of our control. But again, very, very impressed the way Kaspa is holding right now. Community has been going amazing. Kaspa community has been showing tremendous amount of love, really showing you how excited people really are. At the end of the day, time is an important factor, but let me know down below what you guys personally think and where you see the price of Kaspa going. But very, very important to turn this key resistance into support. If it's able to do that, I'm very confident we do see CAS pushing up to 9.4 cents, retesting some of the levels we haven't seen since the beginning of March. So we're going to take it one step at a time. Let me know down below what you guys think. We'll see you later. Bring Crypto ZX and peace out. Kaspa holders, welcome back to the
A shout out to Crypto ZX. I think he said 9.4 cents. That would be pretty cool, but let me know what you guys think. It's your main man BTM signing out of the Crypto News Network. Thanks for joining. And as always, let's get back to the money, guys. Stay dangerous. Miner out.